Okay, so we set climb power, we're happy about running our flaps. Nothing else is going to change here. We're climbing runway heading 9,000.
I'm in a situation where I'm going to be flying literally across the country. We're going to fly IFR, not necessarily planning to be IMC, but just to be in the system.
Yeah, IFR is almost too easy.
Back Yankee Hotel, turn right heading 340.
Right, 340, Quebec Yankee Hotel.
But it wasn't all that easy.
And you're up there. Yeah, from planning, sure, you can say all day long, this is what I'm going to do, but now I'm up there and, oh, big curveball.
Right.
No VOR though, huh? That's... We're testing it with 2 independent radios. Yeah. Not no-tammed off.
We learned a ton flying this 1971 PA-32 most of the way across Canada, IFR, no GPS, with the original Autopilot and 6-pack panel. This was my first actual mission flying IFR pilot in command legit cross country. I leaned on several mentors to help prepare, to help my buddy Blake get his airplane home.
I might not show up, but I'm super excited right now.
Yeah, I'm honored to be a part of the first mission to get her home.
No, that's cool. I know there's a part of me that's kind of like, I don't know, I was looking forward to doing it alone VFR and taking my time, but this is going to be way better. It's going to be a way better learning experience for me, I think.
Yeah, you're going to head straight into IFR.
Longtime friend and instructor Dennis helped me wrap my head around it initially.
You know, every journey is a bunch of small steps and you have to look at each segment individually. Don't worry about the finished product. Don't worry about the final result. I mean, obviously you got to get home and everything, but take each segment as it comes.
The most challenging go, no-go decision was the morning departure after visiting Luke in Winnipeg with potential icing in the forecast.
I think this was you coming face to face with real world IFR flying, getting out of the scope of training. And understanding that there is a difference as to what you can experience and how it can be safely done, how the risks can be managed, mitigated. You know, I remember briefing the weather with you that morning. You understood all aspects of it. It wasn't multiple thousands of feet that you would be, you know, in potential icing conditions. It was very brief. So yeah, on paper it's a no-go, but there is more to the discussion than that. And I think we had that discussion.
We're 3 minutes late. Okay. 4 minutes late. Tire pressure. This was a great learning moment for both Blake and I, and it's going to be broken down in its own dedicated episode. Okay, so it's Charlie Foxtrot, Quebec Yankee Hotel, just calling in to get IFR clearance on the ground, and we're 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes late for our flight plan. We had a tire issue. I didn't get audio departing. Whatever happened, I lost that camera. Classic. This also brings up the point that filmmaking was a very low priority on this mission, so I'm lucky I got what I got.
As it really should have been.
Put a couple cameras in, clamp them off, start them up, and just go, and whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. The one thing I'm very proud of the fact is that this always shines in what you do, is that you'll make do with what came out of the session. You'll spend hours and days and weeks editing and voiceovering over something where it didn't turn out as well as it could have on the spot. You never let that get in the way of serious aviating, so I don't think you're going to have any problems there.
I think we had that conversation the day that Blake was flying and I was filming, and I think you offered, like, hey, you want to go get Kurt in the extra? And I was like, nope.
Nope.
Like, I'm not a pilot today. I'm taking the day off and not flying, because I was mentally fried, and I knew the next day I was facing similar amounts of, I had a lot to do as an IFR pilot, and I was like, no, I'm going to film Blake. And what's funny was, like, he literally got to that same place of mental fried, because he had no tailwheel time and he had never experienced aerobatics. Okay, so you just did some basic stuff in the Citabria.
Yep.
And what are you feeling?
This is a little bit more intimidating.
Yeah.
I don't know, that was like a tricycle, I guess, and this is like a motorcycle.
That would be a good analogy.
Yeah.
It's cool to see your plane sitting there parked beside it.
Yeah, I know, right? From the minivan to like the crotch rocket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
That saves me doing a voiceover for
There
that.
you go. God damn, that was awesome.
And my God, is it funny. The point when you guys go vertical, he's like so excited, he's having so much fun, and then you did a bunch of rolls vertically.
And then we're gonna roll. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh shit. And we'll do a hammerhead. Yes.
You literally see it go from like yeah to like oh. You see it happens in like 3 seconds.
And we'll pull out. Try to lift your arms up. We gotta slow it down a bit. Whew. You give me a second. I will give you as many seconds as you need. All right.
But I mean, that's what happens to people that aren't used to it, right?
Yeah, and he's here this one time, and how often do you do a vertical roll, right? So
he had fun, no question. It's just that this is what happens. It's intense.
No, it was good. It was just
too much.
Just a little too much too soon, but yeah. No, it was fun. I'm coming back.
He got to that place where he was fried. And plus tail wheel, it's a lot just different for a guy who's never flown tail wheel. So that's a whole episode right there. It's pretty cool how we arrive, he does his thing, and then we take a break, and then we're back flying the rest of the way in his airplane. Yeah, that really worked out well. I couldn't ask for better, honestly. And I think if we did it in the summer or an easier time, I don't think I would have learned as much. So,
you know what the only thing you need? You don't need my advice. You need seat time.
Yeah, go do it. Yeah.
Just go do it.
And do it we did. I met Blake a few days after he'd gone through the checkout process with the previous owner. I already had some PA-32 time, so I was good there. But we did a quick local flight to get me caught up on some of the systems, such as the quirky original Autopilot.
So this is what I'm talking about when it gets a little bit
unhappy.
Yeah.
So what's your solution? Just disengage it, fix it?
Yeah.
And then turn it off?
Or just, yep. And when I turn it off, I make sure I turn the heading mode off too, yeah.
Just because if the bug is way over there, it's going to suddenly like yank it in.
Exactly.
Alright, so now that's stable, try that again.
Yep.
I'm going to just steer us a little bit more to the left. Just finding her way there. This would be a little scary in IMC.
IMC, I know, right?
So I pretty much decided I'd be hand flying any turns while IMC. The other objective for this first flight was to make sure I still remembered how to land a PA-32. I forgot to use trim during the round out, and I flew it pretty tight, having flown mostly just the T6 recently. But if you're planning to fly into AirVenture, you're going to want to think about working on tight patterns. And no doubt this year the vibe is going to be a little different. Among other things, they're strongly encouraging masks, so I decided to have a little bit of fun with that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you at AirVenture with a Goofy Chops mask on.
Just tighter than you'd fly it?
Yep.
Yep. So I'm flying a T6 pattern. I mean, I'm actually wider, to be honest, than I would be in the T6. So don't be alarmed. No, I'm not. I'm gonna fly it a little bit, like, this is actually looser than I fly a T6.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool though.
And it's going to be a left crosswind.
Yep.
So setting up for the drift. Like, so I mean, in a warbird, it's like, why would I want to be farther away and not be set up? Like, I'm here, I'm set up.
Yeah.
We're stable, a little slow, but I'm living with it, nose down. If I got full flaps, I did another notch.
Yeah, full flaps. Good job. I'll wait through the call.
Okay.
Sunday traffic, Foxtrot Quebec Yankee Hotel is just taking off 15 for the circuit, Sunday traffic.
This is 172.
So I should have also used trim. I had used two hands to flare.
I saw that, yeah.
I just didn't want to bother getting into trim. I knew the power was fine.
Yeah. No, that was the mistake. That took me a while on this plane. So it's heavier, right? It's heavier than the Warrior?
In the Seneca, it's all about trim. If you need two hands, you gotta, something's not right.
Yeah.
I think the way to tell this story is to break up the learning moments in nuggets, such as how we dealt with the limitations of IFR flight planning without GPS. Ryan from Cardinal Aviation helped me through a lot of the gotchas for this route, but we still ended up tripping over an offline VOR. So that's going to be its own episode. Please let us know in the comments anything else you'd like to hear about a flight like this. The rest of this one is going to address the details of the survival kit we flew with. Instrument flying is interesting because the charts don't necessarily account for things like rough terrain or water crossing, both of which you want to be thinking about if you're flying single engine. So we were serious about traveling with a survival kit, which I did not have time to figure out how to put together. So I contacted my friends at TacAero and they supplied this one. Okay, so this is going to be trying to take this apart and put it back together again the way it was.
Right,
have it fit.
Good luck.
So the key with the survival kit obviously is to actually know what's in it and how to use it, right? So I mean, I guess I'll shoot if you want us to just take things apart and we'll just try to see what we got. So I know what that is because I already took it apart, but you should check it out, it's pretty neat.
Is it like a sword or something?
Yeah, right.
Huh.
Now, I found when I did the survival shakedown, the saw was a critical tool.
Really? It's even this big?
Well, that's even better, man.
Yeah.
The amount of sawing that you need to do is nuts. So I think it's safe to say we know how to put that together.
Yeah, yeah. And so why is it so critical? Why is the saw so critical?
Because the amount of wood that you need to process to have an actual all-night fire is insane. You might need to take down a tree. I brought this one. The Finer Points gave these little kits out for our previous trip, so it's got a small version of what's in there. You can dump that one, I guess, if you want. I put a Cliff Bar in that. All right, so let's keep this one separate because that's like in there. Okay. So these are
fire starting tinder.
Yeah. So what we can do is put things back as we go. Yeah. So that's the strobe, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty bright.
Yeah. Cool. So it just flashes, right?
Yeah. Is that all there is to it?
Yep.
Okay. Didn't just transmit some emergency.
I hope not. Search and rescue's already on their way.
Yeah, I don't think it's a PLB.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think that PLBs have to be orange.
Goes out the rule? Okay.
I guess.
Okay, that's dangerous. It's a really bright laser. So if you want to try it, just don't point it at anybody's eyeballs.
So I guess it's another signaling device, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, so it's not just a standard laser, at least not as hard to hit your target.
So it's not a dot.
It's a line. Yeah, so you can laser plane from miles away with that.
Cool. Signal mirror?
Signal mirror, you know how to use those? That's a whole other thing.
Yep.
I think I would just cut to the demonstration in the Finer Points video, but it's very cool. So if you got sunlight, that'll work as good as a laser, man.
That's cool.
It's amazing. Let this guy taxi by.
So this is something you would pack too? You wouldn't ski with your hands?
I mean,
like you're in a situation where you can make some sacrifices for comfort.
Yeah, no question, that's a luxury item.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, but it's nice. There's the rules of 3, which are 3 minutes without oxygen.
Yeah.
3 hours without good, adequate shelter.
Okay.
So if you're in a bad situation where it's cold and windy and you're wet, you're gonna be hypothermic in 3 hours.
Right.
3 days without water. 3 weeks without food.
Right.
So is food a priority?
Not really.
No.
Water is.
Water is.
Shelter is.
Shelter is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be breathing and you got to have shelter in the first 3 hours. That's your priority. And that might be all you need to be found, or it might be all you need to die.
So then if that's the case, then why do we have...
Well, this is luxury. We address that. No, no question. And I think that's for your flint, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a flint.
Water purification.
Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. I don't know if I covered this because we were talking about food and water, but yeah, so flint, stone, and flint scraper. Super handy. Amazing how well that works. Okay, so we've been through all that front section? Yep. Okay, it's neatly back how it works. Alright, main section.
First aid kit?
Yeah, I don't know. That's, I mean, if we wanted to go hardcore, we'd open that up, but I don't want to go through that.
Right.
Paracord, that's just for everything. So I don't know what that is.
Sleeping bag, emergency sleeping bag.
Wow, okay.
So
see, that's cool. So they didn't give us one of those cheesy space blankets.
No, this one's like almost
thicker.
like reusable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the really thin ones are kind of garbage. I guess that's a mattress thing.
It's a rain fly.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's part of your shelter,
that's
right?
your 3 hour shelter. So the Finer Points one gives us that orange garbage bag, which in a pinch, that orange garbage bag does that.
Then we have, this is, looks like
covered pot. Yeah, so that's critical. The other thing I learned on the survival shakedown was that a covered pot is pretty freaking important because you can't do much boiling without it. You'll get your water dirty and it'll take forever, or you'll spill it, which is what happened to me. Yeah. And it puts out the fire.
Oh no.
And it happened. Have you seen that video?
No, I haven't.
I'll link you to that one. It's freaking hilarious. Actually, what you should watch, if you're chilling and looking for something to do, you should watch it tonight. It's good for a laugh. Okay, so that's all that stuff. And then this, gloves.
This is a knife. This is, and more flint.
Yeah, so you can use the back of the knife to strike the flint, not the front.
Like this up here, right?
Yeah. I was in the survival shakedown using the front of a knife and people were like kicking my butt in the comments like, dude, you're dulling your knife for no good reason. It's like, good point.
That's actually a pretty sweet knife. Okay, I was, and then we have a hatchet.
Which is above and beyond.
See, this is where I think I'd rather have this than the saw.
See, you won't though because you'll be full of blisters and you'll have like 3 pieces of wood.
Right.
It's handy, but it's not. Now this may be a thing you use to break out of the airplane.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Open up a door or the window or something. Just...
Yeah. But to actually process wood, no. So the survival shakedown at the beginning of the course, we made a list of what you think you need, and then at the end of the course, we made that list again, and it's pretty funny how different those lists got.
After
one night out in the mountains, in the cold, it was very obvious. Everybody that thought they needed a granola bars and stuff, it's like, if you got wet feet, your granola bar means nothing. Okay, and then I found this, I don't know what this is.
Oh, this is another light, flashlight, man. And a whistle.
Awesome. That didn't take as long as I thought it might.
No, it's definitely...
just to know what we have, this thing actually, I don't know what this is.
It's a tourniquet.
Whoa, that's hardcore.
I guess if you got a need for a big one for your leg, right?
God, if we need that, we're having a bad day, huh? And then thanks to Garmin, we got the inReach, which is pretty critical. Having a good personal locator beacon could be the most important thing in your kit, and honestly, it should be actually connected to your person, so even if you lose the whole kit, that alone could save you. So the short answer is you could probably put this whole thing together for 500 bucks or something, but the amount of effort and work, you got to ask yourself, you know, I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. This is the... You're saying that...
Okay, so that's in there. Okay, good. Yeah, so that's my cotton balls and
Vaseline.
Vaseline. So you take it out, you tease it up like a troll doll.
Yeah.
One spark on it, it just blows. Like, actually, you want to see that? You want to demonstrate that? So here's all you need to do. Dig out one of those.
I've never used flint before either, so this is the first.
The thing is, you have to tease it.
So it's like
a troll doll.
Like cotton candy.
Yeah, the idea is you're giving it space for the air and the fuel to... Yeah, that's probably going to work. If you can get a spark to land on that.
More is that good?
That's good, that'll work. All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
One shot.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right?
That's cool.
Okay, and that's it. So if you had kindling, you know...
And like, grass or whatever.
Yeah, you'd have it all set up. But
it's still burning too,
Look how long it burns for, yeah. And in wind. So that was a tiny bit of cotton with the Vaseline.
Vaseline on it.
And that's in a flint. It's waterproof. You're in a container.
This will last forever in the container, right?
Yeah. I mean, I packed that in 2015. So
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at AirVenture. I was actually just going to make these masks to hand out for free, but enough people expressed interest, so we launched FlightChops.store. I made the no-profit version of the mask, but if you'd like to support us, please do buy the version that adds the patch and sticker. We've also added some products since I test ordered the mug. It looks pretty good. And until next time, keep your flight chops sharp.
We're just gonna taxi for fuel and lunch.
Yeah, I don't know where to go though.
Yeah, I guess we should have briefed that.